has it sunk in yet?
I think so. It's been a week. That first day, you know, there's just so much going on with that state contest that it all, you know, there's just so many things to deal with that you don't really have a chance to think about it. Then I kind of got to think about it the next couple of days. And yeah, at this point, gosh, we've had so much publicity and we've had so many accolades and everything that it's sunk in as much as it's going to, you know.
What can you say about just the repetition? I remember watching you out there and, you know, focusing on all those small details, because that's ultimately the difference between, you know, placing first and third.
All right. Every little thing makes a difference. Our kids were really focused. I think maybe over the past, this is our fifth trip to the state contest. We've done really well, but this year, maybe over last year, we were able to stay really focused over those last couple of weeks and keep making little bitty improvements. By the time you get down there, everybody's really good, and our little improvements were just enough to get the judges' opinion swayed towards us.
So you were here in 2019, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been here for 15 years. So 2017 was the first year we made it back, kind of broke through and made it to the state contest as a 2A band. And then our first year in 1A was 2019, and we won that year. And then our arch rivals, Menard, won the next two state contests, and then we've won again. So the past, you know, we're very proud of this region. This is a really strong 1A region. The past 4 championships have been either us or Menard. And then Water Valley also placed in the top 6 this year. So 3 bands just in the general San Angelo area are among the very best in the state. So anyway, real proud of that.
Is there a difference between state championship years? Like, you know, do you feel it coming, or is it something to where it's just like you just had enough?
Well, it was set up where we went to the state contest every other year. And so, yeah, on those years, it's a little bit more pressure. We usually are doing a little bit harder show, really pushing. Well, now it's every year. So, so it's just kind of every year where there'll be that push for it. This year was a year where things really just started to click about the first or second week of September. We just kind of had a couple of practices, and I sort of looked back and told the kids, "Wow, y'all are gonna be tough to beat if you keep this up." And from that point on, we really pushed, and paid off.
What's your musical background? What led you to this position?
Well, I went to a small school, Henrietta, North Texas area, and we were a really state powerhouse. My band director, George Strickland, was very well known throughout the state, still is. Came to Angelo State and was part of a really strong band program with Harris Brinson, kind of some of the glory years of ASU, which they've gotten back to again now with their current director, Dr. Alvis. I actually student taught out here in Mertzen. This was the little powerhouse 1A school in the early 90s. Their first championship was in '93, and I student taught for that group. And then kind of fun that 25 years later, I ended up winning a championship out here. So anyway, I've been in the area as a band director for 25 of my 31 years, 28 of my 31 years. Been here for a long time.
What are some of the things that, when you're listening to music yourself, because obviously you played, you know, a very popular classic song in your show. What are some of the things that you take from listening to music yourself that you bring into this room?
Well, you know, if it's fun to listen to for me and the kids, it's going to be fun for the audience. And I think that this year's show, we Our music arranger is a guy named Luke McMillan, and Luke and I have known each other a long time. He is probably the most popular arranger these days for small school bands. But we've been on his radar for a long time, and he's really good at picking out music that sounds good and will make a band sound good and is fun for an audience to listen to. And so this year's show, especially as we started playing it, we realized, this is going to be something special.
Are there songs where, because you hear a lot of popular songs, especially if you go to a football game, you hear bands playing songs that, you know, you hear or you've heard for a long time, but there's obviously elements missing. What's the difference between those songs and the ones where you can really grab the bull by the horns and relay as much of it as possible?
To me, a song that has really good melody is real important. sometimes kids, and even I've even talked to Luke, our arranger, and say, hey, what about this song or this song? And he's pretty good at realizing, no, that doesn't have a melody that's going to transfer over to woodwinds and brass. You know, a lot of rhythm and blues, a lot of rhythmic stuff is fun to listen to, kind of fun at a football game, but to build a whole show around it, you need a good melody. And I like the way that we've used classical and rock and roll. I'm kind of a classic rock and roll guy myself, so it's fun to use a Led Zeppelin tune and Coldplay along with Mozart and Debussy. You know, kind of a little classical and a little rock. It's kind of been our thing that we've done.
What you enjoy most about the trip?
I want to say being done with it. It's a lot of pressure. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I knew that this band was really good and had a really good chance of winning. And when you go in with that kind of pressure, it's just a lot. And I'm a worrier. The kids did fantastic, drama-free for a whole bunch of teenagers and adolescents. They did a great job. You know, that there's nothing like being on that Alamo Dome floor, and I find out when the kids, some contests I find out early. I know how we did before the kids do, but at the state contest, you find out when they did. And when they start naming off those bands from 7th place up to 1st, it's absolutely nerve-wracking, you know, but when they called out Cross Plains 2nd, and they're a good band, he's a good friend of mine, that band director, but when they called out Cross Plains as the 2nd place, we knew that we had won, and there's nothing quite like that feeling. It's pretty exciting.
Is there anything we missed or anything you want to say?
Just how proud I am of this band. This community has supported music and band for a long time. Over half of the student body is in the band, and that's not suddenly, you know, this year. We have for a long time. We've had a really, really big band. We have across all of the different things. We've got a lot of really good things going on here in Irion County. Our athletic program, our ag department, our theater department, and we all share almost all the same kids. And just the other colleagues that I work with, the coaches I work with, the administrators, it's been a great place, and the reason for that success is because of all the cooperation across the board.